Welcome to the garden. It's tea time. I'm going to post this in the evening. And if you are looking for a tarot reading with some quick, like, casino card shuffling and adrenaline rush of all that great information, you're totally in the wrong place. Just click off the video right now. We are chilling out here. I have my chamomile tea. It is late. And we're going to pull the Tea Leaf Tarot, random messages. I have decided to do, after like over 2 years of doing stuff on this channel. Okay, first I'm going to ramble. You can always fast forward anytime you want, get to something else in the video. I'm a really good rambler. But before we get into the tea leaves, which are right there, and I do have tarot and I have 2 oracle decks to pull from too. We'll see what comes out. But back to the original statement from my scattered brain. I've spent like 2 years trying to figure out, and I know we are supposed to set intentions, and you're going to hear my dog fluffing up her pillow in the background. She wants to go to bed. You know, setting intentions is really great. But I have come to the conclusion that some of us, if you're like me, some of us can set intentions to the point of excessively trying to control readings. So I'm just going to start doing the readings the way I do for myself when I sit down once or twice a day and pull cards for me. And it's really informal. It's, I guess, kind of a cross between a tarot reading and just a random vlog. And we're going to pull cards because there's one in my hand. And what we have, we do have pin, new job, and not new job and or career. And I'm just looking at the pin on the pillow. And this is like a chamomile tea, kind of close to bedtime reading, and it just gives off this vibe of, you know, if you're stressing out about careers, jobs, what's got to get done for work, it just kind of put a pin in it so you can like get some sleep, because staying up all night, it's just not going to help it. So that's for some of you. You will find when I do readings, a lot of stuff that comes out is just practical everyday life. Like, I'm not going to tell you this great thing about how you're some supernatural, great being or something from outer space. I usually don't do that. But, you know, if you just want to talk about being human and a spirit in a human body down here, come hang out. I'd like the company. Ooh, cat. We have a two-faced friend. And when I put the cards up, feel free to interpret them however you want to. Like I said, this is the kind of reading I do for myself. I do these sort of video readings and I watch them back. And then I come back a few days later and I catch what I didn't see in the cards when I was pulling them. So you'll find things in the cards that I'm not seeing. And I'm just hearing a lot of you have cats, which is a pretty generic and easy thing to say. I don't think you need any intuition to say, hey, somebody's watching a tarot reading. Odds are maybe 50-50 that you got a cat. I have a dog. So for all you with dogs, hi there. For all those with cats, you are acknowledged. And for some reason, I'm being told to say, your four-legged furry friends are acknowledged. And it's not a two-faced thing. I think I'm seeing this here. There's a protective nature to the cat in your life. Whatever the cat represents in your life, it is that protective. And it feels like for some of you, you do have that protective friend who will never speak behind your back. And if you find that comfort in an animal, that's a pet, that's a best friend pet, that's okay. We need those. We need that kind of comfort in life. Like I said, I'm not fast shuffling. We are. It's nighttime. It's chill out time. Let's pull out this one. We have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Now this may be like just, I see this like for me, since I'm in the United States and this is kind of a setup for perhaps a different country. I feel like there's someone new entering the country. And I say this actually on the eve of the presidential inauguration in the United States. And tonight's the February 19th, 2025. And I actually am thinking of like doing 100 days of these readings just to see what happens. Just to see. But there, don't be surprised if new people, new influences come into the situations that you're at, whether they're work or neighborhoods or things like that. I want to get a clarifier here. There is something to be said on this one. Okay, we're getting guided to the tarot. What is this? Someone new is entering your life. And I'm not doing political here, anybody. Don't worry, that was just a note. I will tell you like stuff about my life because I'm going with a theory right now that I am never going to be one of those fantastically cool tarot readers. So the best I can give you is who I am, and let's just enjoy being imperfect but loving the journey to learn more together. What's up with, I feel like this is the hidden card. And this is the one we need up top. This is pushing itself out, so I'm going to get that later. Okay, we're going to need some clarity on this. For the person entering your life, you would think with the Five of Pentacles it'd be like someone leaving, but that's not what's going on. There's a different perspective. Someone's coming. Okay, so this makes more sense. Someone with a different perspective of how things should go. Gosh, this kind of does feel like the American politics, but we're not going there. Please, Spirit, no. This will translate to just everyday life. Someone with a new perspective is stepping into an environment where you're in a group of people, or just entering your life as someone, just an individual in your life. That's helping actually push out this belief that maybe you weren't part of the group, that you weren't able to feel accepted, welcomed, valued where you are. I'm going to take a look at this other card that wanted to come out. And we do have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this looks like a breaking of a contract that sort of left you out in the cold. This is actually a freeing up situation. Or the other option, I'm going to have to say it, is there's someone with a new perspective coming in that is going to bring a lot of financial insecurity, ill health, and is going to break the contracts that were keeping this from happening. I'm moving on. We weren't going to get political. There we go. Moving right along. There's, you know what? Whatever comes out, comes out. I am not going to try and do these in some great way. If this isn't your style, that's okay, because I'm pretty sure this is no one's style. But it's the way I go. So we'll do it. I'm looking at a green card here that kind of almost still say it's a success card. So for some of you who are doubting an endeavor is what I'm hearing. I'm going to pick up. Yeah, we have the Two of Swords. You know, you can have success if you just take those blindfolds off and don't worry so much about having to be in protection mode. You know, protecting this thing so much that you can't get it off the ground because what are people going to think? You know, fussing over it. I don't want to start it because, you know, it's almost like I'm going to use the example of you want to open an online shop. And if you've ever tried to, you can build a website and not publish it. You can be working on the website for a year or two trying to get the thing great. But if you don't publish it and put it out there, you're never going to be successful. You can tinker around on the website and try and get it all perfect and get all these listings up, but until you put it out there, and there's always this fear, once you click the publish button and it's live and it's out there, is anybody going to buy things? And you can translate that to whatever scenario may or may not. These are not going to apply all of them to you, so don't worry if it doesn't. But that's just a little encouragement to say, like, you've got to get it out there or it'll never be successful, or you just need to be able to get out there. And then, if you don't put the resume out, you're not going to get the job. I'm going to leave it at that. And I feel like, why am I guided to another card? A Six of Wands. You got a victory card here, okay? You got the success card and you got the victory card. So this is definitely, like I said, an example could be if you don't put the resume out or if you don't ask for the promotion, you're not going to get the job. So it's an encouragement to go ahead and step up. And, you might feel insecure inside, but tap into that inner courage and you can do it. So best wishes to you on that. Looks like if you get that done, things will go well. What else do we have? Horse, a short journey. And what do we want on this one? Let's just see. Okay, what you're trying to get is not far out of your reach. It's not as far out of your reach as you think. What do I want here? Yeah, for some of you, it may seem like joy is too far away. Is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to come? Something is closer within your reach. And one of the things I'm particularly cautious of when I read the cards is it's very easy to tell people, hey, don't worry, it's all going to be great in a month. And that everything's going to turn out the way you were hoping. That's not what I'm trying to convey here. These are for internals. Maybe, unlike the previous people who apparently, if you just put yourself out there and go for that job in that scenario, kind of in whatever way that translates to your life from that example of a possibility, this is like, yeah, this is a different group here. So, or a different aspect of life. It may not be like getting a promotion is where your joy is going to be. There's something closer within your reach that really isn't dependent on anything materialistic, anything financial, anything about praise or, the adult merit badges of success. Oh, you earned a badge for doing this. There's something within your reach that can actually get out of this grief and really make you see the Two of Cups and fall in love with stuff again. But keep in mind that it's something non-tangible, but emotional, I want to say. What would be a better word? How can I feel like we're going to do Wisdom's Oracle to give you a card on this. For those of you that this is applying to, let's just, can we have a card from this deck that would really help? What is this that's a little clue for what's in reach so that they can get out of that Five of Cups? Very interesting. The going the distance. An orphan. Something seems really far away. And that would be my dog that needs to come up. So we're going to do this. We're going to shuffle around on my little recliner here. All right, can you make the jump, kid? Come on up. All right. Are you coming up or are you telling me it's bedtime? Here we go. Here, you can make me move everything around. Oh no. All right, come here. Come on, because we got to get on with the reading. Come on, you can do it. Good job. All right, say hello to everybody. Show them your giant long paws, because we work on these paws, and we're going to get to the vet next month and get them ground down. Even though you really hate that, and you hate when I trim them too. All right, sweetie. Okay, let's work on this, because there's a kind of a message, and I'm kind of... Okay. All right. See, there's just love and kisses. There's so much affection that's nearby, and I feel like, you know, there's a couple ways you can go with this. It's very hard to hold a card when the dog is licking your hand. So we're just going to try and hold them in one hand over here while she has this one. Here we go. You're a cutie. Yes, you are. All right, back to a reading here. There's a few ways to read into this, so I'll try and run through. You can travel great distances searching for something and still feel all alone and orphaned, because what you're really searching for is inside of you. Cheesy as that sounds, yeah. So that's one thing that's important to know. Some kind of validation that's being sought externally, whether that's through a particular person's approval or through an advancement in a career or success at something. That's not where you're going to be able to get happy. It's going to come from the inside, okay? For some of you, always use your intuition. Oh, God. You can knock my hands over in the whole deck. Always just use your own intuition with the cards. I'll try to get them in here so you can go beyond what I say. Always go beyond what I say in these decks. And I feel like there's still someone I'm leaving out. Okay, dog's totally taken over. There is someone I feel like I'm leaving out, a card that needs to be pulled for it. We have the yin and the feminine energy, a new life. And this is allowing yourself to receive. And in this, I'm feeling like allowing yourself to receive love. For a lot of you, this is healing up any of those wounds that as women we acquire from how we are treated as women. I'm going for my coffee on this because I'm really skirting around having to bring up something that, like, yeah, if you don't want anything that might be a little triggering sounding, not your cup of tea for tonight, then just go ahead, fast forward till you see the other cards come out. I'm going to have a sip of tea. And this was like there was another energy that was coming through that needed to be addressed. It is okay to step into being comfortable, being confident in being in a female body, even if against your wishes others have misused that body. I will politely put it that way. But it's okay to step into that and let yourself love yourself and be proud and confident and comfortable in your feminine. And for some, this is also saying, you know what? It is okay if you got born with a male body and the feminine works more to alignment with who you are as gender. That's totally fine. And for some, you know, just exploring that more feminine side of you, if you identify as male and masculine, but allowing yourself to have that feminine part. Let yourself cry. You know, so don't let society's rules of what a man can do and what a woman can do and what's for men and what's for women dictate things. So there's a couple of messages just from there. Okay. How's that? Are we doing all right, kiddo? Oh God, we're 20 minutes into this. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's grab another. My dog really wants my attention. You wanna look at this? Look at this cutie pie over here. Okay, she just wants to do the. You want what do you want to? Oh, this is a card from Julia. Okay, so Julia sends you. Here she goes. Julia sends you. This is Julia, my dog. She sends you flowers and happiness. Okay. Oh, come on. Yes, someone needs some happiness. So, little munchkin is what I call her, because she munches on all kinds of treats. It's all she ever wants. Yes, this is from Julia to you. She's giving you kisses and flowers and happiness, okay? And that's very sweet of you. That's very sweet of you. Is that going to be our last message for tonight? What's up? Oh, I think we're going to have to end this pretty soon. Can we get one more card before we go? I see a card that wants to come out, Julia. Okay. You ready? Here's the next card. Shield. And this one's coming out as you need to defend yourself. And I almost feel like this is saying you need to defend your joy and your happiness. Don't let the outside world, like, ruin the joy within you. Okay, so we're going to grab just... I'm actually being drawn to the archetypes here. Yep, you can just watch the video for my dog. That's totally fine. She's way cuter than I am, you know? Like, come on, how can you resist watching this thingy, you know? And her giant claws. Please do not comment on her giant claws. It is always a work. We are always working on these clawsies. Okay. All right. So what did I just? Where did that card go? The shield. Okay. You need to defend yourself. I was almost saying, like, you know, you need to protect yourself. You don't let yourself be you. All right, it's tea time. Okay, doggy's calming down. All right, there's one more in here. What is this? Gavel. Involvement with the law. I don't think the saying on this card, you know, you just need to put, okay, so you need to defend yourself, and then we have like the gavel, and it's just, I feel like, you know, when they take the gavel and they just hammer it down and say, just silence everyone around them, you know, shielding yourself is saying, you need to be quiet and you need to hear what I have to say. It's important. I am who I am, and this is what I have to say, and this is what I am. And that's an important part there. Is there something in the archetypes that we needed to help us with this card of defending yourself? Don't take that as like a huge threat. I don't sense anything. Like, this isn't like some dangerous thing's going to come at you or something. It's just being able to stand up for yourself, I think, more. So we're going to take these two cards out. Okay. And you did. You got the Poet. And you also got the Victim. And the light attribute for Victim, it says, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. And I think that's where we are. None of you are in this shadow of playing the victim to manipulate stuff. And, you know, you're not allowing, you know, knocking the gavel down and saying, no, I'm not going to let you talk to me like that. That's not what I deserve. And then for the Poet, expresses soul insights in symbolic languages. And then it does have a shadow aspect of turns a lyric gift to a negative or destructive effect. So there may be some negative self-talk. Well, if it is negative self-talk, you're going to have to like talk back to yourself and stand up for yourself to your own negative talk. But externally, there may be some negative talking to you. Just speaking of you in terms that belittle you is what I'm getting. And you can stand up and speak up for yourself. And with the poet in the light attributes, you may be able to speak up and just sort of kind of a more tactful language that's not necessarily directly like yeah, laying off a little bit of the judgment, but you know, letting yourself be heard, your point get across, but without necessarily retaliating with an insult back to the other person. Okay, we've got bunches of cards here, a puppy here, and I feel like we need a closing oracle, and I'm going to do that from the Seasons of the Witch, because this, I think there's a message in here, just to close everything out with something sweet. Okay. All right, let's see, one last message for tonight before we go and rest our heads and stop worrying about what happened today that we didn't get done, and stop worrying about the things we have to do tomorrow, and just let ourselves relax. And we did have, I'm going to read the bottom, both of these, okay? First one that came out is Vision. It's number 43. To find enlightenment, seek nowhere, for it lives within you. Okay, so that's our good night card. And the other card that came out was Flower Crown, number 12. Wear your power proudly and unapologetically, for it is your birthright, and it is eternal like the soul. So these are your two closing cards for the evening. Hope you all have a good night, and bring your own intuition to the cards, and trust yourself. Trust that your guides are hopefully speaking louder than I am during this reading. And we had one card jump out. It is the Phoenix, number 31. Summoned, your flesh rises from the ashes and into the expansive flame of your soul. And at the bottom of the deck, I'm going to show you the next card. Inner Power, number 20. Let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I embodied. There you go. Sweet dreams.